Friday morning. My name is Benedict Ous. Welcome to the sports segment here on AM Show. 7 Saki is with me in the studio, and we're going to go through for you lots of matches coming up this weekend in the major European leagues. FIFA also in Kigali, that's Rwanda, to take certain decisions regarding the FIFA Club World Cup. We'll look at that as well, and also look at what's happening here on the low coast in Media Mercy. Just as Kumasi Asante Kotoko, I've also petitioned the Normalization Committee, that's the Ghana Football Association Normalization Committee, over their representation in Africa, that's the CAF Champions League. Well, we have to start with that story, and just as I mentioned in Kumasi Asante Kotoko did, Media Mercy, they've also officially petitioned the Ghana Football Association Normalization Committee on their participation in the CAF Champions League. Well, we're hoping to speak to Patrick Akuto, who is spokesperson of the side, and I understand Patrick Akuto is on the line. Akuto, thanks so much for joining me this morning. Why that decision?
Well, we've made the point that, good morning to you again, Benedict. Certain level of legitimacy by virtue of the fact that we were top of the league before the number 12. I mean, really, and so we believe that if we had not played in any competition, then the call for introspection and the call for the other development would have made a lot of sense. But so far as we've played 15 out of 30 matches, we think that it's prudent for us to be given the opportunity to go and represent the country in the CAF Champions League next year. And we've made those points quite copiously over the period, and our views are extremely well documented.
Have you heard from the committee?
No, we slapped in our request only yesterday. We are hopeful that we'll get a response. We do recognize that we are hard pressed for time. Don't forget that we have up to Monday to submit the list if indeed the committee or the Ghana FA decides to do so. We will see how it goes, but we don't want to appear to be giving anybody a pressure. But we do believe that that consultative meeting that decided, that made that decision had no locus. It was illegal, and we think that the right thing must be done. If, in any case, if any body clothed with the powers to make those decisions, will have been two options. Either the committee would have been very decisive in making definitive decisions that no team was going to go, and they don't need to throw it to the clubs to make a decision. It is either that or the higher decision-making body, which is Congress.
All right, Patrick, let's wrap up. Okay,
yeah.
You and I know that playing in Africa is no joke. You need money. In terms of that aspect, you think Media Mercy are okay?
Playing in Africa has never been a joke, and we've thought through about it. People make the case as if Mediama is a novice when it comes to Africa inter-club competition. We've played in Africa on 2 occasions. We played in 2014.
So currently, do you have the resources to play in Africa?
If I'm not too sure that if we did not have the resources, a big brand like Mediama will go ahead and file a petition to the Normalization Committee. That would be a practical joke.
Okay.
So I mean, those talks, for me, they are extremely inconsequential in this discussion. First of all, we need to be granted the permission to go first before we can even talk about the other matters.
No, but you must first also look at your pockets and see if you're okay before you go in. Because I mean, if you don't have money and they should grant you the permission, how are you going to go?
A club as Mediama will write a letter to a petition to the Normalization Committee, and will not have thought through all the questions that you're asking me. You think?
Well, so? I was asking because of your remarks.
No, you think so?
No, I said I was asking you per your remarks. I mean, you mentioned that.
I am making a point to you that Mediama, 2-time FA Cup champions, it's a football colossus here in Ghana. They are emerging clouds on the African continent. You will not make that colossal mistake of sending a huge petition to a Normalization Committee if you've not thought through it.
Awesome.
That would be incredible. So I have a difficulty with that kind of question, really. And I can see you smiling on the TV, but I have a difficulty with that kind of question.
Patrick, thank you so much for your time this morning. Really appreciate it. So that was Patrick Akutu, Communications Director of Media Mercy, and so I mean, it's very interesting how Patrick mentioned that the first will wait for the Normalization Committee to grant them permission and probably look at their coffers and see if they can go. I mean, yeah, and that was the question I was asking. That don't you think that would be right for you to check your coffers first before you even go in? Because if they should grant you the permission to play in Africa and you don't have money, how do you go?
Well, I'm really baffled because these are the same clubs that anytime they're going to Africa keep on complaining to the government or the FA that they are not funded or being supported by them to be able to succeed in Africa. But then at this time when the Normalization Committee is trying to gather things and try to make things comfortable for them to get funds in the future to compete in these competitions, and this is the same time they are saying that they want to go themselves, and I'm wondering how come now they themselves have money to go and they are not waiting to ask the government for money or anything. So we'll see if they can do that.
Well, we'll see how that will go, but we have to continue and do some more here. Let's talk about the Black Queens. Well, they've lined up 3 international friendly games against Zambia and Kenya and South Africa ahead of this year's African Women's Championship, which will be staged here in Ghana. Now, assistant coach Ms. Tego believes the time is right for the team to engage in more international matches.
Had a lot of friendly matches, just that it hasn't gotten the name international. You don't just play international, you need to plan. We are now in a pre-competition time, and the pre-competition time is where we need to play the international friendly matches to be able to peak and enter into the competition. So this is the right time. Start our international friendlies towards the competition itself. And I believe that Ghanaians will never be disappointed.